Does it ever seem like things are just, really bad, and then suddenly you get some sort of new news that just makes it all entirely worse and you just want to give up? Hey there, it's Clay with modernlove.life. This is a story that maybe you can relate to. I don't know if this is specifically what you've been going through, probably not, but maybe something similar to this. I worked with this woman a while back named Natalie. She was going through a breakup with her boyfriend. And, they went through all the normal breakup stuff. They broke up, they had all the emotions, there's damage control mode, all that sort of stuff. But then they sort of settled into this sort of, new normal, so to speak. And maybe you've gone through this too. You've gone through this breakup, you had, a few days, a few weeks where it's just like, hey, I'm waking up to this terrible pain, this terrible loss, this terrible horror show of just things that have happened and regrets that I have. And after a while, you just kind of start to get used to it. And you start to feel okay with it. Well, anyway, for Natalie, that's kind of where she was at. And then one day she was driving down the road. She lived in sort of a cul-de-sac, and so she had to go out one way. And it happened to be that she would, pass by her ex's house whenever she was going anywhere. And that made things hard enough. But on this particular day, she saw an unusual car parked in front of his house. And it was on that day that she finally put it together and realized that he's seeing someone else. He's in a rebound relationship. And that kind of thing, it stings, it hurts. He confirmed, he said, yeah, I'm seeing someone else. And that's like, oof, it's like, okay, this was bad before. This breakup has been hard enough. And now I have to go by your house every day, dreading whether or not there's going to be this car there, whether or not I'm going to know that you're with this other woman. I'm going to, secretly cheer if it's not there. I'm also going to, feel bad because I know that you're there with her if the car is there, and all these sorts of things in between. Is this something that you've gone through? This isn't something specifically I've gone through, but I've gone through similar things like this. Knowing that my ex is out with someone else, knowing that she's doing things with someone else, all that sort of stuff. Leave a comment if this is something that you have experienced before in the past below. Natalie was quickly approaching this point where it just seemed like things kept getting harder and harder and harder, and things were not going her way, and she was just reaching this point where it's like, what am I doing here? Am I just hopeless? Am I just like crazy for wanting to make this relationship work? Am I just like one of these clueless people that's pining for their ex long after they've moved on? I get it. I talk to people who have this sort of concern all the time. This is where she was at. Natalie and I were working together, and so we talked about this, and we talked about, hey, maybe it's time that you just, put a little pause on this whole breakup thing, this whole thing about your ex. His name was Greg. And just stop thinking about Greg for a while and just focus on you. Because there's so much of this pull to focus on what's your ex doing, what are they texting you, what's their body language mean, what is that thing they posted online, what's that all about, why are they following these people, why they unfollow those people, why they delete these photos, all that sort of stuff. You're probably driving yourself crazy trying to overanalyze everything that they're doing and saying. Maybe. I know, I've been there, I've done that myself. I know a lot of clients who have done that as well too. And that's where Natalie was at too. And so I just told her, hey, give yourself permission to just turn it off for a day, a week, whatever you need. Focus on you, focus on recentering yourself, because no matter what happens, no matter where you go, no matter if you get back together with him or if you don't get back together with him, you're going to have to make a choice. And I want you to do that from a place of consciously choosing what you want. Consciously choosing it rather than just impulsively reacting to stuff that's happening outside of you. Is there a car there in his driveway? Is he posting something online? Are they out there together and there's like a selfie of them at some cool place or whatever? Just go ahead and tune all that out. Take care of yourself. Do what you need to do. Light some incense, take a bubble bath, relax, meditate. Focus on you, exercise, eat healthy, do these sorts of things, journal, whatever you got to do. I mean, you're all heart-centered people out there. You probably have some sort of ritual that you can reliably do. Maybe it's something that you need to take out, dust off a little bit, but you know that there's things out there that you can do that help you feel more in touch with who you are, more aligned and more grounded. Anyway, she did this, and the next time we spoke, she was feeling a lot better. In fact, she was actually able to bring herself to interacting with Greg in a much better way. They were able to connect more using a lot of the stuff that we talk about in our other videos on this channel, advanced relational skills, communication, all that sort of stuff. Because of their strong emotional connection, Greg actually realized that there was something missing in this rebound relationship, and he ended it. And so she no longer saw the car anymore when she was going by. And he confided in her that, yeah, they broke up. And after that, they started to get closer and closer. They started to connect even more. They shared some homebrew ciders that I guess they made together several months earlier. And I mean, if you ever homebrew anything, it takes a while to ferment things. They started to connect more over that stuff, and then soon they actually ended up getting back together again. They got back together again, and then it's like, hey, great, Clay, thanks so much. Take care. I'll talk to you later. Several months later, I got an update that basically said, hey, we're actually getting married. Wow, that's cool. Getting these updates, hey, we're actually getting married. And then, shortly after that, a few months later after that, it's like, okay, we got married. Now we're actually going to go travel the world and do some volunteer work. And like, wow, that's really cool too. It's not like, okay, we're just getting back together and we're just going to sit on the sofa and chill out or something. But no, they're actually going out there to make a meaningful difference in the world by going and doing some charity work in Africa, I believe, Tanzania, I believe. Living out this highly important value for them together as a couple, as a married couple together. And I think that's really, truly beautiful that I got to witness at least part of that journey, part of that doubt. I got to help Natalie through some of those overwhelming moments when she wanted to give up. Because, what's at stake here? It's not just, it's some boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. For many of us, the relationships that we have with the people in our lives are the most important things out there for us. They truly define the quality of our life. And so I want to make sure that you understand that the choices you make with your relationship are really critical. Whether or not you're going to use reverse psychology, mind games, all that BS, whether you're going to go for something in a more aligned, heart-centered, authentic sort of way, like maybe more what I'm suggesting, you will have very different results. And this isn't just a matter of managing text messages or emojis or things like that. This is playing for keeps here. This is marriage. This is starting a family together. This is all of these sorts of things. Am I saying you're going to get all of this? Not necessarily, but you have to ground yourself. You have to know when you're in that state of overwhelm and just say, okay, this is what I need to do to recenter myself, get back on track, and then make an informed choice about what's best for me, rather than reacting to some emoji or reacting to some thing where he didn't respond after 6 hours or something like that. Stop, get centered with who you are, and then make an intentional choice from there. Anyway, if that's something that you do want some help with, we of course do have our coaching program. You can find information on that at modernlove.life/coaching, or of course there's a link down below in the description box. Please feel free to apply if you think it's right for you. And if it seems like it might be a good fit, we'll have a phone call, we'll talk about it, and if we both feel good about this, we'll start working together, and we'll have this coaching relationship. And who knows, maybe you'll be our next success story. I don't know if you'll end up getting married and traveling to Africa to do charity work, but if that's something you're into, awesome. If there's something else that's more compelling for you, then I hope that you're able to do that with the person that you love. Take care, and I hope to talk to you soon.